Oh, hello. Is this the team meeting where we discuss what's going to be on the podcast? What do you think? Do you think that a review of the soup from the opinion of a cat might be a good one? Peanut butter? What do you think? What about the importance of naps by Toast? Yeah. Oh. She's being deliberately far away. Like, okay, I've kind of trained her that when the plate is empty, it can be hers. Like, I still think that's bad. Peanut, no. Hello and welcome to Babbles Traveling Yarns. It's me. It's Grace. It's been a long time. In case you are new, you haven't waited that long. You know what? Take it, enjoy. My name is Grace. I'm an Irish kind of craft gatherer person. I'm based in the west of Ireland in County Limerick, and it is the 29th of January. Or is it the 30th? It might actually, sorry, I think it's the 30th of January. I'm getting this in right under the line in January 2022. And it is my first podcast of the year. Let's say that. So, yeah, it's been a while. But you know what? I got some nice new lipstick for Christmas. Feels like Christmas was a million years ago. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to tell you why I stopped knitting. There's a couple of sad stories here now, so brace yourselves. I was looking at all my whips, right? I was looking at all of my works in progress that I have. Turns out I have 14 works in progress. No, 15. I started one last night as well. Can't help myself. And I wanted to go through and tell you exactly why I stopped knitting each and every single one of them. So I'll start. First off, if you do want to follow me on, I'm sitting on a yoga ball because I have a hip pain and sciatica. So I've been trying to use, instead of sitting on like hard chairs and office chairs, I've been trying to sit on yoga balls and stay off my feet and do lots of exercises as well. There's literally nothing worse than back pain. No, there is. I'm sure there's loads of things worse, but it's very annoying. Back pain that then moves down into hip pain that moves into sciatica. So, but you know what? It's fine. So if you see me bouncing, it's because I'm having a great time here. So enjoy that too. So yes, if you want to follow me anywhere else, I'm Grace the Babbler on Instagram. And that's pretty much the only other place I would be, to be honest. I am happy out really, working away. So I want to, it's been so long and I don't know how to like transition. What's transitioning? Like from one topic to another. There's lots of things that transitioning could be. So I've got a fancy new, very sturdy stand that you're sitting in right now. Thank you very much, James. That was my Christmas present. And I've actually brought the light up here as well, the studio light. Because there's something about winter that makes you just not want to take pictures because there's no natural light. It's very frustrating. So we'll start off. I've got 4 whips and I'm going to show you all 4 of them. 14 whips. Imagine if I only had 4 whips. Oh my God. I'm actually just after eating as well, so it might repeat on me a little bit. I've got I put large amounts of garlic in it. You have to. So, whip count, why I stopped knitting. Number 1 is this gorgeous pattern. It is a Hogwarts Gryffindor cardigan. I chose Gryffindor because that's what I've always been assigned until recently when I got assigned Hufflepuff. So this is a pattern in one of those official Harry Potter Wizarding World books, and it is a pieced design. Now I took this on as a challenge last year to kind of do my piecing properly, and I'm knitting it out of this absolutely gorgeous cone of Iona wool. It's a DK weight. The smell of it, oh yeah, that's good stuff. So this is it's made in France actually. So Iona, explain yourself. No, I think maybe it's just the cones that are, I'm not sure. Anyway. So I managed to knit the back, And there's a little bit of cat loving on this section, a little bit of love, because there's always a smelly yarn that the cats love, Mr. Beans especially. And I've got some little Gryffindor colours down there at the bottom. And then I moved on to this piece, which is side front or something, some bit. I didn't even finish the row. That's how terrible. Oh, I'm sorry, but look at this. Outrageous. I literally just dropped it and never went back to it. So the reason I stopped knitting this is I think it's the piecing part of it, because you're knitting back and forth so much. I know it feels like it's fast, but it's so much purling, and we all know about my personal vendetta with purl stitch. Just every strong dislike. And then I got speaking to the designer, absolutely lovely woman, and she said that she knitted in the round, and then but the designer, like the book editor, was just like, yeah, but they don't do that. So in order to appeal to everybody, you've got to write it flat. And I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? I said worse words than that, but I'm being very PC. I'm a good person. So the designer knitted in the round and then wrote the pattern, just directions for flat. And I stopped knitting. I was like, nope, absolutely not. None of my business. Stopping right there. Ooh, you know what's great going through these whips? You find out what's in all the bags. There's a nice headband and this ruler I've been looking for. Right. So anyway, back in the bag it goes. It is a nice handy one, but there is, because the pattern is in a physical book, it's quite heavy, and I'm always like, I don't want to be carrying that around with me, so I should just photocopy it or take a picture even. Anyway, I'm not going to do that. So that is whip number 1. Why I stopped knitting whip number 1. The next one is the Ashling shawl. This has shown up a significant amount of times, and I have explained this one before actually, but it's still in the same position, because designers, you just need to stop telling me things, okay? Just stop telling me things about patterns. Fancy, it's making me feel better. So this is the Ashling shawl. It's a stunning shawl. I saw it in This Is Knit in Dublin, and they had sample knit, and it is, the designer is Justina Lurkowska. Let His Knits, I think is the name. And it's actually some of my first ever yarn that I dyed. This is Autumn Nights, and this is something, I can't remember, but it's my cotton base. You can see a little fleck through there. Haven't dyed in years. Sorry. If you've got some Babbles wool, you're very lucky, because it's not likely to be around in the future for a long time. So this is a crescent shawl, and is it? Yes, it is. And it's beautiful colours, but didn't you tell me that the knitted on edge was a real pain in the arse? And I was like, why did you tell me that now? I did not need to know that. Maybe I would have found it fine. But now all I have in my head is, in the future, this is going to suck to knit it. So I stopped knitting it. And I know I should literally just knit it out to the edge and have it as a flat shawl or whatever, but I'm not so that's why I stopped knitting that. So I blame designers. Hey, hot tip to designers, just pretend like it's easy, okay? If people are having difficulty with it, then you can focus on that. But until they do, don't go and I don't know whether it's because I went up to her, and she's so sweet. I went up to her and I said, oh my God, I'm knitting your Ashling pattern. She was like, oh really? And I as in, she was expecting me to complain about it. So obviously she'd had other people complain about it, and I was like, yeah, I'm loving it. And she was like, oh, you're loving it now. So apparently loads of people have been on to her to complain about the knitted on edging, but that's the impression I got. I don't know if that's even true. Anyway, stop selling yourself short. Believe in your patterns. I would have finished this years ago. Maybe. Can just no guarantee. So the next one then is a pattern I've completely forgotten it started. This is some of the first dyed yarn I dyed in Ireland, and it's a gorgeous like minty green. Oh, it's absolutely beautiful. And oh God, I really want to knit this. So I just started off bad on this one. I was knitting it two at a time. Two strands at a time, because I think it was actually a DK, but both fingering, it actually ended up being worsted. But what's really the problem with this is that after the ribbing, I messed up where the side seam was going to be, and I did 6 repeats on one side and 4 repeats on the other. Give me patience and give me strength. I did the whole body. This is the whole body done, and I didn't even notice that one side was just shorter than the other, like shorter to knit than the other, because it was a stunning lace pattern as well. It's called the Enchanté pattern, I think. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I want it. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to rip this out and just knit it with the same size needles. I do love the thick chunkiness of it though. I was thinking maybe I'll knit it just with one skein, you know, at a time. And then look at all these really cute little stitch markers that I have wasted on these patterns, like hiding away from me. So sad. So yeah, so I think I've only got 2 skeins left in there. You know, like there's a lot of yarn in this. So maybe if I rip it back and rewind them into individual skeins and then try and knit the pattern again, see where I go. Oh, the idea of ripping out this much is painful though. So yeah, that's why it went into a bag and I never looked at it again. Oopsie. The next one, oh my gosh, this one is ridiculous. Such an idiot. It is a beautiful kind of a hap shawl / habitation throw. So the habitation throw is a beautiful pattern by Curious Handmade, and it is a lovely, I messed it up a few times, it's a lovely repeat. I saw Opera Joe knit a gorgeous blanket out of it. I think it's corner to corner. Anyway, I decided to use the corner to corner as a center square for a hat blanket, for like, I don't know, a baby blanket or something for somebody I really like. I had loads of these Party of Fives from Sweet Georgia, and I got to halfway through. This is the turning point. I need to turn it now and go the other way, and I wanted to do it in purple. And then I've got another Party of 5 for the edge. So I'm going to do like a feather and fan edge with the rest of the yarn. Do you know why I stopped? Because I need to wind them, and I just didn't want to. I mean, this is such an easy, lovely, repeatable pattern. It's garter stitch with a bit of an eyelet. Like, it's so easy. What is wrong with me? Why did I stop this? Beautiful Chowgu needle, size 4s. Some cat has actually bitten it, or I might have stood on it. It's still fine. In a gorgeous My Cottage number 9 bag. Painful. What's wrong with it? So this, as I was writing these down, this becomes a pattern. So I'm going to put this into a wind it up pile and just have a winding party. Idiot. Grace. So then, you're going to laugh at this. I think this is here for 2 years. This is here for 2 whole years, possibly 2.5. They're my toe-to-toe socks. I knit them using 9-inch needles. These have been finished in this finished state for 2.5 years. And the only reason I haven't done anything with it is literally because I didn't have a darning needle and a scissors at the time when I finished this end. So I just haven't done anything. So I just put them away and said, that's someone else's problem. Not current Grace, that's later Grace's problem. But later Grace has had a lot to do the last 2 years, and so she just didn't do anything. Can you imagine? This is a stunning, oh geez, I can't remember the actual name of the yarn now because it's been so long. It's obviously a self-striping, beautiful self-striping. I bought it in This Is Knit. I did a mini gusset heel with a Fish Lips Kiss, and I did it in garter because I wanted an extra little cushy cushion on the heel. But like, obviously I didn't want them bad enough because I didn't finish them. Why am I so aggressive? I'm sorry. So the next one, and they've been living together in this little super adorable bag that my sister got me like 2 years ago for Christmas. And the next one that I have is a sock blank that I dyed. When was the last time I picked this up? This is a physio receipt from June 2021. It's the last time I worked on these. So it's a sock blank that I dyed. I wanted a kind of a fade, and I'm doing the same type of sock but 2 at a time because I didn't want that to happen to me again. And this is the Pebbles and Pathways socks by Mars, the Hey Brown Berry podcast. And literally the only reason that I have not finished these is I think I just stopped putting it in my work bag. That was it. I just put it away. I tidied it. You should just never, look, take it from me. You should just never tidy your whips because they'll never get done. It's the rules. Don't put that up. I'm not putting that back in now. I'm just not. I'll put that out there and they'll look at me now until I actually do something. I might just put it away again. Oh, they're going to depress me so badly. They're hanging up now on my obsolete Mac computer, which doesn't work anymore. So the next one then is another interesting one. I had an idea with some of my yarn that I dyed. I dyed this lovely Shetland wool in a sock blank, and I did a gradient. And what I wanted to do was actually one of the Knit Share Love patterns. I can't remember her name now. I used to know them all off. But I realized that I was kind of pulling from the inside and the outside of the ball on the pattern that I chose, and I was like, this is just going to get messy. It's kind of not what I wanted what I dyed these balls for. There's a lot of patterns like the feather or the fan. I don't think it's called feather and fan. I can't remember what it's called, but there's a lot of her designs which are yoke sweaters, which are very simple, one color, like two color Fair Isle color work. And that's what this is going to be, not what I chose. So I swatched, changed my mind, put it in this beautiful bag by Emerald Designs, who no longer sells bags. Precious bag. And this idea project is just sitting there taking up space. Sad. I could literally just start knitting that right now. But I don't. So the next one is, this one. Now I spun this. I was given samples of this beautiful Supreme Alpaca by John Arbin. And I spun it 3-ply, I think. Yeah, I did. Chain ply, spun all 4 colours. And then I decided, I'm going to make a tea cozy or something out of it. And then after pulling it out 70,000 million times, I just stopped because I was like, it's too tight, it's too small. The needles are just too small. I need to use bigger needles on it. I need to rip it out again. So that was my plan, was to do like a tea cozy. Did not work. And I just made up like a random pixelated pattern, which also very tight, and I need to write it out and plan it and do it consistently because this is bulletproof. Which I suppose is very good for a tea cozy, but I don't know a kettle that would actually fit in here. So yeah. So that's why I stopped knitting that. So then what is next now? Oh, this Now, if you were here back in 2019, I was hand spinning yarn for my wedding dress. It was a BFL in silk, and the cats got to it and bit through, and I ended up with these small little balls of single ply lace. This is the biggest ball I had, and I started knitting the pattern regardless, and I made up a lace design, took the numbers off of a couple of different patterns, and this is where I started, and it's actually lovely. But when I actually put it up against myself, I was like, the colour is actually very cream, and that's not what you can see it against the door there. It just looks kind of dirty colour, and I wanted an ivory as opposed to a cream colour for the dress. So I contacted my friend Tuva from Norna Yarn, and I knew she had this stunning like 100% silk base, which had this gorgeous ivory sheen, and so I got that from her, and it matched the other silk that I had bought perfectly. So I went with that instead. But I still have this piece, and I'm like, what will I do with this? Sorry, now this is just rolling around. I really do want to finish it, but I kind of don't want to finish it in lace. I feel like this is the top half, and it does stretch out quite a bit. I feel like if I just knit a straight, maybe like a rib or something, and so it would just come down my body straight. So this would be the upper half, and then I just do a simple stretchy rib just to fit me, or even just a stockinette, so it would just be flowy, just really simple. So that's all my brain can deal with right now is simple stuff, and that's just rolling straight off. I don't know if you can hear the ball groaning away underneath me. Let's just all have a little bounce. That's nice. That's nice. Yeah. So yeah, I do want to do something with this. I was half thinking about, like, there's another bit in here which was a test in a class. I did the Andre's Knits lace class, and I really, really liked it. Look at those little leaves down there. They're kind of New Zealand ferns, aren't they? These little ones. I don't know if you can see that. Cute, right? Yeah, so I might make that. I might frame that. That would be quite cute framed, wouldn't it, on a black? If I pull it. Anyway, something, because that was my first swatch for my wedding dress. So like, I don't want to throw it out, and it's in this gorgeous bag that my friend got me from one of my retreats. I think it was you. I think Catherine, was it yourself that got me this bag? I love it. It has my cats in it, because the cats did destroy this project, but it was destiny anyway, because it wouldn't have suited. So that's fine. So that's a little kind of turnaround project that I want to do. Also, the pattern was kind of weird at the front, so that's why I decided, no, I'm not going to do that. So the next thing that I've been knitting is, we're on 10, by the way. We're on number 10 in case you're counting. We're nearly there. I've got 5 more to go, including number 10. So this is in a beautiful bag by my Cottage number 9. It's one of her kind of Japanese knot bags, and it kind of turns into this beautiful little square. So cute. My Cottage number 9. And I'm knitting with, sorry, I just realized I didn't have much yarn left. So this is Sweet Georgia in the evening colorway, in the Tough Love sock base. I got this as part of my ambassador package, because I am a Sweet Georgia ambassador, and if you are interested, I do have an affiliate link in the comments below if you're interested in doing anything like that. They've also got this really cool new weaving course on a rigid heddle loom, which I think deals with like color, or is it like small projects on a rigid heddle loom or something like that? And I'm like, I really need to get into weaving again. I haven't woven in ages and ages. Oh my God, I thought I just ripped out all the stitches, but no. The reason I stopped knitting this is because I stopped the body. I stopped knitting the body. So I finished off the body. This is the top, and this is the evening colorway. I'll see. Yeah, that color is quite good. Oh, it's striped all the way down. And then I've got this really nice, this is the pavement sweater, by the way. And I've got a lovely kind of dip front and back of the pavement. I haven't blocked it, so it's still kind of, well, thank God I haven't blocked it because it's just been stuffed in my bag. Look at all the creases. But the colors are so pretty. Aren't they nice? It's kind of washing out a little bit. That's kind of closer to the color. Kind of a deeper kind of petrol-y blue. So nice. All I need to do is cast on the sleeves. Have I? No, I have not. That's another one which is so lovely to knit. But I just, the idea of crawling out onto Sleeve Island, it's just not enjoyable, you know? It's just not enjoying that idea at all. Anyway. The next one then is, oh, this one is so close to being done. It's in a gorgeous Hide and Hammer little pocket bag, and I love this bag because I literally just hook it onto my top or jeans or whatever, and I have a little bag. It's got weapons in it too. It's like a little money purse, except if you had this going around as a money purse, you'd be robbed in 10 seconds. Absolutely. An absolute pigeon. So this is beautiful yarn called, I can't remember what it's called. It's beautiful though. It really reminds me of like Enid Blyton's books. I grew up in them. I know she's super problematic. But like, you know, those illustrations of like that little baby pink, baby blue, like English countryside aesthetic that she went for. That's what this reminds me of. That is so cute. So this is a baby surprise jacket by Elizabeth Zimmerman. I did it again. Look at this. I stopped like in the middle of a row. Now I think I stopped because I was just very confused, and I just need to read the pattern, I think, but I'm also incredibly confused, and now I don't know where I am. So I feel like if I had kept going this would have been fine, but because I don't know where I am, I'm just lost. So this involves a huge amount of brain power to get back into, because I need to read the pattern, which is actually just a picture on my phone that someone sent me, and difficult to read anyway, because it feels like it's handwritten by herself. And I'm just there going, oh, okay, what? I think there's some short rows situation happening. Why did I stop in the middle of the short rows? Why did I do that to myself? What an idiot. Oh, sure, look, you live and you learn, I guess. There's no short rows on this side. Oh, maybe I picked up the stitches. I have no stitches here, and then I think I'm after picking up stitches. Okay, I can't deal with that right now. That's a not right now situation. You know, you ever get to a stage in that project where you're just like, I'm just going to put this away for my own sanity and for those safety of those around me. Oh, also cats have chewed on this. Unhelpful. Cats are obsessed with nice, smelly, sheepy wool and chow goo cables. Helpful. Super helpful. And then, what have I got? Oh, yes. This is my Advent sweater. So I'm knitting the Radvent, or I was, the Radvent cardigan by Amba O'Brien, and it is a kind of a sleeve to sleeve job. I knit it using the Giddy Ad Yarns Advent, and I'm only on day like 14. So the rest of the Advent is still hanging up on my wall. I have it all hanging up on the staircase. So yes, my mum came over. She was like, what's that still doing there? I was like, it's very important. I can't get rid of it until I finish the sweater. But I stopped knitting it ages ago because I need to wind more yarn, and I didn't get my winder. And also I think I'm at the point where I'm finished the sleeves and I don't know how to do the body and I have to look at the pattern again and I just don't want to. Look at these colours, aren't they amazing? I need to get a full ball of that colour. I must ask the girls if that exists or if it's like a special advent colour because it's pretty. But I want to do the bottom ribbing in that. But it turns blues and greens for the bodies now. So what I did was, instead of knitting like one sleeve, then the body and then the other sleeve, I did 2 sleeves together because I like symmetry, and then I was going to join into the cardigan bit and I just can't visualize how that's going to happen. So I've stopped looking at it. Another one which could be solved by winding yarns and using your brain for 10 seconds. Literally 10 seconds is probably all it needs. The annoying thing is the next project, no, the project after, I had using way too much brain. This is now way too big for this little bag, but the little bag is so cute. It's a Mina Makes bag and it's got a sad pack on it. Sad packer. So cute. Yeah, so the next one that I actually on my list, I'll stick to my list, is the Boxy. And this one is actually my happy knitting. Nothing's wrong with it. Everything's caked up. I knit on it when I'm watching TV or I'm not thinking about anything, or knit night is actually, this is the best for knit night. So I picked up this yarn in Alternate Universe just outside Bristol with Kim Smith Happy. And and I think her Instagram is AU Shop UK, Alternate Universe Shop UK. And she has this absolutely stunning yarn by Pixie Yarns. And these are a number of colours. Can I remember them? Okay, the brown one is called Satchel. This one, I want to say pistachio, but I don't think it is pistachio. Hang on. I think all the things have gone. All the things have gone. They have. I can't remember. This one, Boxy. I want to say goldenrod or something, but it's not. I can't remember what. This one might be Picholine. Oh, where did that come from? This one, I don't know. I can't remember, but beautiful. I picked them up in September, so it's kind of like my August. So I'd be really happy if this was finished by next autumn. Sorry, autumn is what I meant to say instead of August. So it's a Boxy sweater by Hoagie Locatelli, and I have not been weaving the yarns in as I go because I'm a fool. So, oh, I did weave a bit at the start, did I? Oh, I did a little bit down here and then I stopped. It's probably a fun job, which won't get done. So yeah, but this is my happy knitting. This is one I love. And I love the stripes. So nice. And I really want like a big open, like cozy fluttery sweater. Kind of into a fluttery. I'm into a fluttery stuff. If you watch the last podcast, you'll appreciate the flutter situation. So yeah, it has grown quite a lot since the last podcast, so I'm proud of that. Now, last thing that I cast on this list is a single mold sweater. Now, I bought the yarn with Hannah, Corner of Craft, in Knit Nottingham in October. It's a stunning yarn. Very cheap and affordable, very affordable, quite cheap. I think it was like four pounds a ball or something. But it's King Cole Forest recycled yarn. King Cole Forest recycled yarn. So it's 35% wool, 20% acrylic, 20% polyamide, 25% viscose, and it's a DK. So it is. I picked this beautiful color, and actually so did Hannah. Hannah has finished her single malt for Christmas because she's better than me in every way. That's fine. I love her. I just started off on the bad foot, right? I just started off with ideas above my station. I shouldn't have done it, but I just got this into my head. Oh, look, it's a raglan style sweater. Happy days. I'll just use it for the pattern. Blah 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 blah. No. First mistake I made was to do a crew neck. Look at all these. Jesus. A crew neck roll top mistake. Because in the pattern, it's actually it includes short rows into the ribbing. That's my fault. I messed that up. Didn't know how to fix it. So I was like, just plow ahead and I'll do the short rows under the arms. Or there will be no short rows. That's fine. I think it's only a few rows. You know, it can make a difference. We'll see. So after pulling it out, starting, and I really didn't want to do the ribbing again. Nobody wants to do the ribbing again, right? I don't. Look at all these. So I used up every single stitch marker I had to pull back, and because I started the pattern and I was very confused about the pattern because it took me ages to realize that the short rows were in the rib. I thought they were like in the pattern, and it's kind of like a broken moss sort of pattern, which I haven't started yet, so don't quote me on anything like that because I'll be wrong again, I can guarantee myself. So this is another jumper for James. Still haven't finished the other jumper for James. I have to knit another panel on that one, which won't take long. I just need to do it. So here I am. This is my beautiful, this has taken me, I'd say 9 to 10 nights to figure out. And again, I stopped in the middle of a row. You know what, it's fine. It's totally fine. So I stopped knitting that. And I was talking, and I don't know what was happening. I was the only thing I was kind of working away on was the Boxy when I was doing, when I was at knit night and stuff. And then James turned around to me there the other day and he was like, Grace, you haven't really knit anything in ages. Like, I've not seen any knitting in your hands. And I'm like, oh God, yeah. Now, life's been a really complicated and difficult the last couple of months. We're currently trying to buy a house. There's been lots of hiccups. Still hopeful. So if you could cross all fingers, toes, eyes, and whatever other appendages you happen to be in possession of, that you could also cross. Maybe light a few candles. I'd really appreciate it. And so would James, because I'm so sick of it. But yeah, do you know what I learned the other day? That someone was buying a house in America and took them 28 days to go from offering a price to closing, like getting the keys. And they were like, oh yeah, it took so long. And I was like, pardon me? 6 months is a short time in Ireland. Like, everything has to go through solicitors. And then mortgages can take ages to come through if you don't like just have the cash for a whole house, which we don't, nobody does. So and also there's just a really bad stock at the moment, but they're at the house that I want. Is really good. I can't wait to show you guys, because you're crossing everything right now, right? Cool, thanks. So yeah, and work has just been work, and I've been suffering with this sciatica, and everything's just difficult. So yeah, I've not been knitting, and I just stopped. So I said, listen, okay, fine. I am going to cast on something right now. And I pulled this out, and this is just some wool that I had. It is actually, do I have it? Do I have the actual thing on it? I don't. Briar Patch Yarns in New Zealand. Briar Patch Yarns. This is their merino. It's a DK weight merino. Super soft. Reminds me of like Debbie Cashmerino Bliss. So soft. absolutely gorgeous. Don't know if it's superwash though, that's the only thing. But it's got that kind of like real plump, round feel. Very round, sexy little ball of wool. So I have loads and loads of it. And I knit 2 little baby bonnets, or maybe 1 little baby bonnet for one of James's friends who had a baby. And there's a lot of babies happening. So many babies, large amount of babies. So I decided to cast on the beloved bonnet pattern by Tin Can Knits. And I cast this off last night. Oh, it's so cute. It is absolutely adorable. The thing is, it's quite large. So this is maybe a 2 to 3 year old size. So I because it's DK weight, and also I knit it with 6mm needles, so I look adorable. I'm sorry, but I look like an adorable medieval peasant or lady. But I just love this little elfie. Oh, so cute. So I cast on another one, and I realized on this one I kind of just made it up as I went along. I kind of had a general gist of how it went, but I forgot I only did 5 stitches like garter here. It's actually supposed to be 10, and I think it is nicer with 10. But the thing is, with the 6mm needle, it's quite a large gauge. So like this is literally for a 7-year-old child. What am I talking about? It's far too big. Does anyone have a 7-year-old child that needs this? No. I'll keep it. There'll be some child around here. So yeah, so then didn't I cast straight on again, and I'm trying for a smaller size. The same needles, because all the rest of my needles are taken up with my whips. And you know, I really should finish my whips. But I'm not gonna though, probably. Let's be real. So, so that's where I am. That is what is happening here in this cave of madness. This is my second cave. I had to move out of my other cave, my other yarn store, because it's crazy in there. It's absolutely crazy. So I'm just closing the door on that one, and just because if we get this house in the next few weeks, fingers crossed, we've been kind of working on it for 6 months. If we get the house, then I'll have to just I'll have to unpack everything anyway, so I just can't face it right now, if you know what I mean. Because I feel like if I start doing stuff to move, then I'll jinx it, you know? So I'm just gonna hold tight. This holding pattern seems healthy. So yeah, so I painted my nails this morning as well, and I curled my hair to make myself feel good, because it's been a bit stressful. So, and I do feel good. I feel tired because I was up last night. We went out to my mom and dad's. Our restrictions have lifted quite considerably in Ireland, and it is kind of we don't have any more restrictions on like numbers inside, and we've started to open up music events and arts events, which is great, because yes, the numbers of infection are high, but the number of people in hospital is not that high. And a lot of them are coming in, we're seeing them come in, if they're vaccinated, they're actually coming in with other complaints, and then they're routinely swabbed and they just happen to have Omicron, and it's not, they don't have any symptoms of COVID because they've been vaccinated. Now the ones that aren't vaccinated are up in ICU. But which is just devastating really, but at least we can cope with those numbers, and we're not being completely overrun again. We know how to deal with it, and there is a system in place to to kind of manage it so much better. So even though a lot of people are very worried about opening up, I do think that we just need to manage what we've got right now. And Ireland has a 91% population vaccinated, which is incredible. Really, really, really brilliant. And we're really seeing that with the effects of the COVID. So yeah, delighted. Still nervous, obviously, everyone's minding themselves, and we're getting loads of antigen tests everywhere. And anytime we go anywhere, we'll do a little antigen test before we go, just to check, because we still have to stay off work for 7 days if we do get it. Now, I think for healthcare workers like me, it's reduced to 5 days, and I'm like, if you're asymptomatic, that is. I don't know. I don't really stop listening to the news, to be honest. It's too depressing. So this is all, I'm hearing it secondhand, thirdhand, and also from my own experience, because I am a healthcare worker in a hospital, so I'm seeing it kind of firsthand. So that is good. Yeah, no, like the numbers are quite high in the hospitals, but they're not like high in ICUs. That's the thing. They're coming in with gallbladder stuff. We saw it over Christmas. Everyone got it over Christmas. And like people were coming in on Stephen's Day, which is the day after Christmas in Ireland. And like with gallbladder stuff and appendicitis and, flare-ups of Crohn's because they ate all the stuff that they shouldn't have eaten over Christmas. And they came in with those pains. And then they had COVID, so like as a secondary thing that they didn't even know about. Probably caught from being around so many people at Christmas. But it's manageable, and they're not suffering from those symptoms, which is super because they're vaccinated. What a relief. So yeah, just really look at that. Oh, there's my booster. Oh, that's nice. And then I got the flu vaccine at the same time. Flu. I should keep that safe, probably. I'm just landing around here. Anyway, so I'm gonna go and I cook a burger. Fancy a burger and some chips, and I'm gonna try these new little vegan burgers. They've got like this plant-based stuff which is made in Offaly, and I'm like fascinated. So I'm gonna try those. Really fancy a Coke, like a full fat Coke. But I'm gonna stick with water. Not trying to be good. It's actually just because we don't have it, and we're trying to save money and save all of our pennies because of the mortgage. So I can't go out and buy it. That's why I'm not gonna have it. So I'm good money saving, not diet, because diets are for suckers, and I can't do them because they don't work. God, I went real controversial there at the end. Sorry about that. Anyway. Listen, enjoy yourselves. Enjoy the last couple of days of January. It actually went really fast. Tell me how your January went. I find that it actually flew. So normally it just goes so slowly. So it was very nice that it flew. Very nice indeed. And on to February. Tuesday, the 1st, is St. Bridget's Day, which is the kind of celebration of the Irish feminine divine. It is St. Bridget's Day, or the Goddess Bridget's Day, and it is this kind of typically the first day of spring in Ireland, but it's still very cold. We've had really mild weather as well, like I think we almost had 17 degrees there one day. I was like, wow, this is great. Celsius. Don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, don't ask me. And so our kind of storm cold season tends to be March nowadays, which is very strange. So if I don't see you, happy St. Bridget's Day. Or it's also called Imbolc. Sorry, if anyone else celebrates that. So happy Imbolc. And we will see you on the other side. Yay. I love you lots.